Hi, I'm Rebecca J. Venton. Welcome to my Knit and Crochet channel.
Alright, in this video we're going to put a pumpkin face, jack-o'-lantern, for Halloween on a face mask. Now this one's crocheted, and I do have patterns for my crocheted one and my knitted one, and I also have a cloth one. So go ahead and you can go through my videos and check it out and make one of them, and then come back and make this and put it on. Alright, and of course with the crocheted ones you can put a cloth in there, sew it in to make it safer. Alright, the yarn I used was black, and it's Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and you can use any yarn you want that would match it. On the scan it would say 4-worst, and that would make it the thickness of the yarn. Alright, so I made, in my pattern I have one for the adult size, and I also have one for the child. You're gonna, once you make the zigzag face and the nose, which is optional, which I also have a pattern of, what you're gonna do is just place the mask on your child to figure out how to place your face. Alright, now here is the pattern. Go ahead and take a screenshot, and then as you can see I have adult size and child size. You're going to use an F yarn, or I'm sorry, hook, and then go ahead and take a screenshot to get the rest of the pattern. Alright, and then for the nose, there's the nose, and the child size is the first 3, and then the adult, you're going to add one more row, which would be the adult size. Alright, to get started, you're going to chain 38 for the adult and chain 29 for the child. Alright, let's see. So 29, 1, 2, 3. Alright, I stopped it so I could go ahead and do the rest. At any time you need to stop the video, feel free to catch up with me. I just didn't want to take up all your time with chaining. Okay, so the first row, you're going to do 2 single crochets in the second chain from hook. Okay, so this is considered the first chain. Here's the second one, so I want 2 in there. 1, 2. Okay, and then let's see, single crochet in next chain 3. Now if anybody's not familiar with the asterisks, that I got one here and I got one here, which means once you're done this and you get to the end, that's what I'm going to want you to repeat, because see, I say repeat between asterisks to asterisks. Okay, so this part will be just repeated a lot. Okay, single crochet in next 3 chains. So here's the next one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next thing. And I like to have some kind of spacer or pencil or just anything to help you keep track. Okay, where am I? Okay, skip next 2 single, or skip the next 2 chains. Okay, so here's 1, 2. So don't work in those 2. Single crochet in next 3 chains. Okay, so here I skipped the first 2. The next one. So oops, sorry about the camera. 1, 2, 3. And see, it's already giving that V look. Okay. Now 3 single crochets in next chain, and that will give the top V look. 1, 2. See, I'm doing it in the same hole. 3. Okay, now repeat between asterisk, which is here, to asterisk, which is here, until you get to the end, to the last chain. So that means don't keep on repeating it until you get to last chain, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we got, okay, so single crochet in next 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3, skip next 2, which we 1, 2, there's then, and then single crochet in next 3 chains. Here I'm skipping 2. All right, oops, try and get in there. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in next chain. Okay, here's the next one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it says repeat again. Well, I'm not at the last chain yet, which is here, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stop this video for a second and get to the last stitch. Okay, now I'm at the last stitch, or chain, I'm sorry, the last chain. Okay, so until you get the last chain, make 2 single crochets in last chain. Okay, so let's do that. 1, 2. All right, now row 2. Let's move this up a little bit. Chain 1. Now that always gives you the height of a single crochet. Oh, I'm supposed to turn also. Okay, so chain 1, it doesn't matter when you do it. Okay. Chain 1, which I did, and 2 single crochets. Okay, that'll be in the first thing right here. 1, 2. Okay, now here's the asterisk again, and you're going to be basically doing the same thing that we did here, except now I'm calling them stitches instead of chains, because now they're stitches. Okay, so single crochet in next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. Skip the next 2 stitches. So here we are, skip that and skip that. That's 1, 2. Single crochet in next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. 3 single crochets in next stitch. All right, here's the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3. And look how nice that is. A nice V. When I let go, it stays put. Okay, so the same thing that you did in the first row, you're gonna do in the second. Repeat between asterisk to asterisk. And here's the first one, and there's the second. So keep repeating that until you get to the last stitch. All right, and I'll stop the video and I'll get to the last stitch and I'll turn it back on. All right, I'm at the last stitch, which is right there. Let's see what it says. Make 2 single crochets in last stitch, and then you're going to turn. Okay, 1, oops, 2. Okay, now if here it says child size only, this is when I'm going to fasten off. And when I fasten off, I like to give it quite a bit of thread, because that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to sew it to the face mask. All right, but if you want to do an adult size, what you're going to do is repeat row 2 once and then fasten off, which means repeat this row 1 time again. So you're going to end up with 3 rows instead of the 2. All right, and then when you place it on the mask, what you're going to do is make sure that the end is upward, the 2 ends are upward. place it on, give it a little bit of a smile, all right, and then sew it on. All right, now for the nose, which is optional, of course. All right, let me start a new thread. Okay, give yourself some room, be able to weave it in later. All right, now this is really simple too. Okay, so chain 2 to start, and of course you're still using your F hook. So 1, 2. All right, the first row is single crochet in second chain from hook, and then I'm going to turn. So here's the first one, there's the second one, so I want 2 in that one. 1, 2. Okay, turn, which means just grab your work and turn it. Keep your crochet hook the same way. Row 2, chain 1. Now make 3 single crochets in that stitch, and then you're going to turn. So chain 1 for the height. Here's the stitch. So 1, 2, whoops, sorry about the camera again, 3. All right, and then turn your work again. All right, chain 1 for the height. Okay, single crochet in the first one, which is here. 2 single crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2, single crochet in the last stitch. Let me get that better on. Make sure you go through the whole stitch. All right, turn. Okay, if you're going to do the child size, this is when you would fasten off, cut it, give it some length so you can sew it on the nose on. I like the point of the nose up, but if you want it down, go ahead. I mean, it's all up to you how you want your character to look. All right, but if you want to go on for the adult size, which is row 4, all right, so I turned and I did the chain 1. Now, single crochet, and then you're going to do 2 single crochets in the next one. Here's the next one. So 1, 2, 2 single crochets in the next one. 1, 2. Get some thread or yarn. Single crochet in the next one. And then you fasten off. See how it gives it a nice little bit of a curve that way? And then you would attach it to the adult size. Now the yarn that I'm using actually is for Red Heart Super Saver yarns, and that basically gives you, with an F hook, 4 stitches per inch when you do the mask, and I like using the same for the nose. Okay, so anything that says it's 4-worst, that means that's the thickness of the yarn, and that's what I use here. And Red Heart Super Saver yarns actually fit that bill. All right, so sew it on with your thread that you fastened off with. Weave in all your ends, and like I said, sew a cloth on the inside for protection if you need it. And enjoy. Thanks for joining me.